I just met this gentleman like 5 minutes ago, but I can already tell my stomach hurts like I just ate Chipotle. So
Shout out to Chipotle for taking
shout out
for
to Chipotle
yeah.
and Whitney Hatfield. Yeah.
1 2 1 2. All right, let's roll. Welcome,
You're listening to the Saddle Up Podcast,
where we discuss everything related to UTRGV athletics, past or present. We'll catch up with old teammates, friends, and take you down memory lane.
with exclusive interviews.
This is the Saddle Up Podcast, the voice of your covered walkway streets.
So dope.
This is gonna be awesome.
Stay tuned for new episodes every week.
From Bronx Village to the Field House, we'll cover it all.
Hell yeah, dude. Carpe diem.
So saddle up and let's go.
Let's go. Saddle up, partner.
Hey G, guys,
What up, Matty P?
we got a great episode this week.
I hope so.
I just met this gentleman like 5 minutes ago, but I can already tell my stomach hurts like I just ate Chipotle. So
Shout out to Chipotle for taking
shout out
for
to Chipotle and Whitney Hatfield. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah,
Hey
so,
man.
Hey G, you've known this gentleman for years.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got stories with this gentleman, but welcome to the show,
Yeah.
Kris Gardner. What's up, man?
Whoa! What's up, man?
Yeah, did you know you were gonna be on a show today, Chris? Is that
No, this is just how I dress around the
surprise you?
house. This is what I wear. I normally put on hats when I'm inside, just full gear, chains, everything. I like to impress myself when I walk by mirrors.
I'm so glad you got clothes. I'm so glad you got clothes on, man.
Yeah. I didn't brush my teeth, but don't say you don't got to do that for no podcast. I did brush my hair though.
That's right. Hey, former athlete, actor, comedian now, all over social media, man. This dude, I've known him since he was a teenager. But just to know him now and to see him pop up in social media and for him to grace us with his time, man. I know you're a busy dude. We're gonna get into, everything that you're doing, but I want to start off, Chris, with the journey, man. I've known it. Let's talk about your teen years, or just growing up in the household you grew up in. You got two other brothers. You're the middle brother, right? The most important, I believe, right?
Yes,
The anchor.
without
You're
a doubt.
the anchor.
Without a doubt.
Without one doubt. You got your older brother Kenny, your younger brother Kyle. They're doing their own thing, man, and hopefully we get them on the show at some point. But I wanted to get the middle brother's perspective first, man. I wanted to get Kris Gardner's perspective, his journey. What was it like growing up, man, in your household with your brothers and your wonderful family, by the way? Yeah, what was that like, man, in an athletic type of sense? Was it competitive? Did you get any sleep? Did you
That
what
was
was it
literally
like?
literally the first thing that came to my mind is when you said it was like competitive. Like that's just there's no maybe whether it's from video games to fish, goldfish to dominoes to fishing to you know what I mean. It doesn't matter. Like it's all about who's the best. And then not only that, because guys are different than girls, right? So I grew up with two boys, and so my brothers. It's not just good enough to beat you. I don't want to just beat you. I need to beat you, and I need to bury you, and I need to embarrass you because
And you need to know
that's how
about
you know
it.
we love each other. You know what I mean? Like you're not really friends with a guy if you're sitting there complimenting each other and boosting each other up, talking about this is my spirit animal, or this is the guy that I'm going to support forever. That's not how this works, right? It's I see you're struggling a little bit. Well, let me take you down a little more, and then so that's that not only competition, but that I just want to demolish you. Demolish you. And so, that's
so with that demolishing or that perspective, how was it being the middle dude, man? Like you look at Kenny, your older brother, and you're like, okay, I need to beat him but I need to make sure that I humble Kyle because Kyle, he needs to reach this potential. So what kind of responsibility did you have, man?
I took it upon myself to be both because you have to be the younger brother, the Scooter, right? The Kenny, we call him Scooter. If you didn't know, we call him Scooter. We had to be the younger brother Scooter, and I had to be the older brother Cal. And so it's like,
Yeah.
the middle, you always feel like they're teaming up, because they feel like the oldest gets all the responsibilities, and then the youngest
Yeah.
gets all the attention, and I'm left with scraps. And so, but I use it, I'm a lemon
Yeah.
lemonade kind of guy, and so the
Yeah.
scraps to me,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
turned it into comedy because you have to learn how to entertain yourself when you don't feel like nobody loves you. And so I had to learn how to entertain myself, and I
I love
started out
it.
by making myself laugh, and you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
once I grew up from that, and that was easy because I was the entertainer in the house. Still to this day, I feel like the
Yeah.
entertainer. You know what I mean? When
You,
I get down.
You strike me as that having that type of personality. Like
Does
you,
it really? I always
yeah,
thought of
like a
myself as
little
an
bit.
introvert.
Given your current profession now, it makes total
delusional.
sense, right? Like, G was telling me off camera that you, well, you played for him in AU, but then you went on to play football, right, at TCU?
Correct.
And
Yeah.
so,
So, yeah.
yeah. Was football always kind of like your first love, or was like basketball,
Hey,
like growing, I know the
before you-
dynamic was there, but
Go ahead, coach. Go ahead.
Before you answer that, Chris, don't say that me coaching you in high school got you away from loving the game of basketball.
that's
Yeah,
what
Don't
I
do
was
that.
trying to
No,
get to.
I-
Was it
He
because
coached me
no.
so well
that
in
got you to
basketball that I went and played football. So
Yeah. That's what I was trying to get at. I just
Jerk,
I was like,
man. I
God,
know you
this
were.
is some good ass coaching. Let me take this to another sport.
So we know that you to tie it to the university, because we've had UTRGV athletes on. I think you got recruited by UTRGV in basketball, and you just declined it, and you said, you know what, I'm going to go play football.
That's all it was. That I was looking for the bag. This is before NIL, and so y'all do everything by the book there. So I don't know. That ain't really what I'm here for.
That's right.
I'm trying to get paid now, and so that's why I chose the school I did. I'm still waiting on that payment, but it's all right.
We're still waiting for that check. Yeah. So how was that, man? How I know that we've talked before about it a little bit, and I kind of know about that TCU journey, but how was that, man? Just for kids that are watching or people that are watching, you were a TCU football player, man. That's
For sure.
That's a low percentage of people that can say they were D1 football players.
Yeah.
What was that recruiting like? What was that process like? If you can remember or recall any kind of, anything of those football days, those college football days, what was that like?
Yeah, I really got to dig in the memory bank. Now I told you how old I am now. That's messed up.
That was what,
It was,
2000 what? That was
we're talking 2007. 2007. 2006 was when I was getting recruited. 2006 I was getting recruited because I graduated in 2007. And so it was cool, man. Like, so my uncle, well, he wasn't really my uncle, but you know how black people do it. Like, he was close enough in the family to where you call him my uncle. So he was my uncle.
Everybody got an Uncle Joe.
Yeah,
Everybody
Uncle June. So we all got an Uncle June bug or some stupid stuff. Anyway. Anyway, so my uncle's coaching at TCU, and so he found out about me. Okay, so I'm gonna start recruiting you. And I was getting recruited by other Division I colleges too, so it wasn't like I was pure nepotism. I mean, I had a little talent, and so
no
so,
DEI, right? It was no DEI.
Yeah, exactly. That was DEI before DEI. I was one of the first. But sports is the other way. White people DEI in sports, and so What they doing here? I'm tired of taking all the good jobs. No.
Hey man, my face is gonna hurt after this damn.
Yeah, that's what we do, man. Nah, but it was cool because obviously, because that's your dream. You want to do that.
Yeah.
I really wanted to be a basketball player, but what I did was, as a ninth grader, I don't want to say I was like take a lot of credit, but I Googled back. I think that's when Google first came out. I Googled the rosters of NFL and NBA players, and at the time I was 6'1", 215 pounds, and so then I Googled. I Googled the NBA roster, and it was one person on there 6'1", and I Googled the NFL roster. And I seen my position, and I was like, "Oh, I'm prototypical." You see what I'm saying? And so it was more.
Absolutely.
It was more of that than
it was more. I really want to.
Exactly. I didn't really want to run into people full speed. You know what I mean? I really preferred the finesse-ness of basketball. That's a better word. And so I was like, I'd rather play basketball. But when you see the numbers, and you're like, okay. I know football rap.
You're good at math.
Yeah, exactly. I looked at the roster and I was like, okay, this is stupid.
Logical, yeah.
Yeah.
So you played
61 point
D-line.
power forwards don't make it, and so I didn't have a chance.
Well, you made it in my book, man. You made it in my book.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I was good. I was
absolutely.
good. Now don't get it twisted. I was a good utility guy in high school.
You all right. You all right.
I was a rebounder. No, I was an effort guy.
I want to tell you a quick story about KG. I'm coaching, and we're playing at a school somewhere in Arlington. I can't remember. It was during the summer, and we were. I kind of took you all out because we were beating them pretty good. But I don't think you liked one of the dudes on the team. So we kind of, took you out and you're like, hey, coach, I remember, man. I mean, I just remember it like so vividly. He says, hey, can I go back in? And I was like, for what, man? We got 2 more games. We got 2 more games. Like, don't worry about it. He goes, coach, can I go back in? I want to smash on that guy. And I said, oh, shit. I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to do it. So I put like 2 or 3 of y'all back in there. Matt, I guarantee you, dude, this dude dunked on this guy's head so hard up the middle of the floor. And I can't remember who it was, but I remember I put you back in there. And so just to reiterate, man, this dude was good. He did back it up. You did smash on his head, man. Just to let you know, okay. You were quite an athlete.
Yeah, I could jump. Yeah, that one thing I could do is jump. That was it. So I said I was a good rebounder. I was a 6'1" basketball player who couldn't dribble or shoot but I could rebound and dunk.
I can attest to that. I can attest. I can agree with that.
That's hilarious.
But I wanted to play. So I was an effort guy. You watch the NBA draft and stuff. When the white guy comes, they're like, nah, he's not a great athlete, but he's smart. Right? That was me. That was always me. I was the white guy on the team. I was smart. I rebounded well. I played hard.
That's right. You definitely were. You definitely were. You still are.
You go from TCU. How did you go? How did you get into? I mean, obviously, I'm assuming you had aspirations of playing professionally in the NFL, right? But how did you go from, hey, I'm giving up this football dream, and now I'm going to go full force into stand up and to acting and entertainment? Like, how did that transition happen?
Well, I didn't give up on football. Football gave up on me. Football was like, yeah, you as far as you gonna go. Because I wanted to go to the NFL. Trust me, I dreamed of it. I practiced hard. I played hard. I prayed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And then when it was time, and it's a funny thing because when you don't make it to the NFL, right? As soon as I got done with TCU, obviously you tried and it didn't work out. I was supposed to have a thing with the Cowboys. That didn't work out. And so then I've hated the Cowboys ever since. And so really I wanted to get away from football, like mentally. And then I'm a soccer guy. I love soccer now.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, so I literally
like football, but football.
Yeah, I like football.
Football.
Game, right?
Football.
Yeah. And so I've traveled to Europe to watch soccer. Like I wanted to get away from football like so much because I dove so much into it.
Yeah.
And when it didn't want me to go on, it was like, man, football, I don't care about football no more. Like I want to, I want to do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so but now that I look back, I wish I would have tried a little harder to go to the NFL because I didn't realize how hard life was. Somebody should have told me. They were like, because I tried one time, and when the NFL was like, no, I was like, all right, cool, I'm done. Fuck football. And when I should have been like, nah, let me try again.
Let me try again. Let me try a different team.
Let's see what I can do. Yeah.
The second year at Enterprise, I started working out again. I was like, maybe I can start going back and tackle somebody because Enterprise ain't paying what I thought they would pay.
Oh yeah, that's right, man. That's right.
I was Enterprise 2 years strong. I was like, I'm gonna need to go ahead and retire from this. This is the movie.
That's every they hire athletes on staff, don't they?
Yeah. They have a managerial program, so that's like that's designed. They want athletes and stuff.
Thank you.
They know we don't have plans.
Thank you, Enterprise, man. Maybe we'll get a sponsorship out of this. Thank you for preparing and molding Kris into the person he is today, man. Yeah. Shout out to Enterprise, man.
It taught me how to sell insurance to people who have insurance. And so hell yeah, that's what.
That's hilarious. So I got a question. I've always on my bucket list is to do a stand-up set, right? Go in,
Oh
open mic
shit!
night,
All right.
do it,
Yeah. Okay.
and
this is the
All
first
right.
I've ever heard of this.
yeah. So there's
have
a really famous comedy club downtown San Diego, called American Comedy Club, and they have on Tuesdays they have like open mic night, right? And so me and a couple of friends, we've went and scouted it out. But my question for you is, how was that first time where you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to this open mic night, or I'm gonna try it out and I'm gonna do this? Because obviously you're a funny dude, but I've been told being funny and being really good at stand-up are two different things, right? So how did that first experience go when you stepped up behind that mic and you had an audience? I'm curious to know about that.
Well, I don't know if I'm the career path you want to follow, because I was made for this, and so like it was.
That was just natural.
It really,
dude.
yeah, it just really. I
Yeah.
mean, it was easy. I mean, I wish I could be like, yeah, it was so. But now, really, what happened was I actually started in San Diego. Funny story. I was at a bowl game with TCU, and we were playing the Poinsettia Bowl, and we were playing. I think it was Louisiana Tech or whatever. But my roommate at the time was Tank Carter. Shout out Tank Carter. I told him what I wanted to do.
Tank.
Yeah, Tank. Shout out Tank. He knew I wanted to be a comedian. Everybody knew, because I was always funny. I already said I wanted to be a comedian. But he was like, yo, if you're serious, you know what I'm saying? Because you're in town for a week. For a bowl game,
Yeah,
you're in town for the whole week. And so he looked it up, and it was called a place called Madhouse Comedy Club in San Diego, right there in the mall. And I forgot what part of San Diego, but they had an open mic competition. And I was like, shit, I'll go. And me and about 50 of the players went. And so I may have stacked the deck as far as the crowd participation and that part of it.
Yeah.
But I did. I mean, it wasn't. I would have won if they weren't there, but them being there guaranteed I won it. And so that was my first time ever doing stand-up comedy.
So you rigged the competition.
Yeah. Come on now. I am a businessman, and so. But in all fairness, I didn't know it was an open mic competition. They just all wanted to go see me, and I just happened to go up there. You know what I'm saying? And so that was the first time I ever did stand-up comedy. I won a stand-up comedy competition. I don't know if that was because I cheated or not, but so it's hard for me to be like,
doesn't matter.
I've struggled.
Doesn't matter. You won.
Exactly right. To me, I won't tell anybody else that part. I brought the people. I'm just going to leave it at I won a competition, so that way I just sound like a prodigy.
Yeah.
Shout out to participation trophies.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, come on. They're the ones that made the crowd participation, so that was y'all fault.
Did they give you a trophy, or did you prize money? What did you win?
Nah, it was just a who was the winner, and then they were like, this guy. But it was other people in the crowd that said I won too. So it wasn't just
you
that's
definitely
what I'm
won.
saying. It wasn't like I was just cheating now. I said I guaranteed it.
Yeah, so that gives you confidence, right? You win your first competition, right?
For sure.
And like, then did you catch the bug after that? Like, hey, I'm going back to Fort Worth and I'm gonna start trying to do a couple of sets here and there, like, and start trying to get booked. And how did that go?
Yeah, the addiction is immediate. That when you get as soon as you get on that stage, and a lot of people, I'm gonna give you advice, because obviously I talk to a lot of people who want it, especially lately, because comedy, since the pandemic, comedy's probably been the number one art form, maybe even number two behind music. Because there's been this comedy boom. It used to be 10 years ago, you had comedy fans for the most part, but nowadays comedy's almost mainstream, if not super mainstream right now. And so it's a great time to do it. And so lately I've been having a lot of people, hey man, how do I get into it? What do I do? And a lot of people, first thing they do is they say they do what Matt does. They go scout. Go watch a comedy show or go watch an open mic. And I tell them, man, don't go watch anything. Get your ass on that stage, okay? You cannot know, because a lot of people be like, I want to write a set first. I want to write some jokes first. Motherfucker, you ain't never did comedy first. Like, how you gonna know what's funny? Like, being funny to your mom, being funny to your brother and sister, and that's what they talk about. Is because you're relatable to people who know you and know your personality. Now imagine going on stage when nobody knows you, they don't give a fuck about you. I actually feel rather you shut up. You know what I'm saying? And now make these people laugh and become relatable immediately. You're not gonna know how to do that from your house. So go to open next time there's an open mic. I don't care what day it is. Next Monday, go sign up. Normally, you got to sign up before. Sign up before and wait your turn because you're gonna have to wait. You're probably gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, why are all these people going up before me?" And then by the time you go up, it's gonna be 4 people in the crowd, and
And they
two
took
of
all your
them.
jokes.
Yeah,
And they
there's
took
two
all your
of them that you had already brought with you, and that's the four. But that's all right because that's how
Yeah.
it starts. You see what I'm saying? Like you're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
start anywhere else. You don't want to be a place with a whole bunch of people.
Hey,
You got 5 minutes turns into 5 years. Trust me.
Yeah.
this
You know
dude's
what
got
I'm
me
saying?
pumped, man. This dude's got
Hell
me
yeah, oh
pumped. I
yeah,
think I
for
can do
sure.
it.
Because
I think
that's
I
how,
can
I mean,
do
but
it.
that's anything. Your podcast. How you
Yeah.
start a podcast? Turn the fucking
Yeah.
camera on. Turn the microphone on. And
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
Like you
And
can't plan this shit
and
out.
pour a drink.
Crash
Pour
and
some
burn.
Yeah,
whiskey.
Crash
pour
Pour
a
and
some
burn.
drink, take a shot. You know what I'm saying? Smoke a doobie, whatever you do. I know y'all old to smoke a doobie.
No, mom. Mom
The
listens
Doobie
to the
Brothers.
show. No, we don't
Doobie
do that,
Brothers. I know
mom.
you
Yeah,
all
No,
are
we
doobie
setting
don't.
the
dope.
pace.
No.
You all grew up on Cheech and Chong. I get it. I
That's what
get
I
it.
said. Yeah,
We're
whatever
that
y'all
old.
say. Yeah, but that's all you got to do. It's really super simple as far as that goes. Now,
Yeah.
once you get into the business of it, call me in a couple of years, and I'll kind of walk you through that. But as
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
as just starting, man, just go there, and it's just like everything else. You go there, you'll meet one person. That one person introduce you to 2 people. Those 2 people meet you to 4 people, and
That's
5
right.
years later,
Word of mouth. You're funny. You get.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
how it works. Especially if you're funny. If you're funny, it goes like that. Because they're
Well,
like,
you're.
hey man, I want you to come to my thing. Hey, come to my
Yeah. They
thing.
want you.
But you gotta
Yeah.
go. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to show up. Yeah, you got
Hey,
Yeah.
to.
just to piggyback on Matt's kind of staying with the comedy thing, is there a joke, man, that you tell that just keeps getting funnier every time you tell it?
Every joke. That's how you write. It takes a year.
That's right.
I tell you, it takes about a year to write a joke. So because
Yeah.
that's constantly going and telling it and telling it and telling it
Yeah.
and getting the feedback and oh, okay, that was funny there. Keep that money. And oh, I mean I have so my closer, I mean I can tell it to this day, no matter what, was the
Yeah.
first joke I ever wrote.
Please tell it. Please.
Oh, I can send you the clip. I can't because it's so weird to tell a
We're going
joke.
to clip. That's the clip that we'll use. To
There you go. I'll
introduce
send
it
y'all the
on
clip.
social
It's
media.
Yeah,
viral. It's
send
going
us a
viral.
clip.
It's almost at 1 million views.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
crazy. It's a great.
Yeah.
It was the first joke I ever wrote. It was
Yeah.
more of a. I didn't want to go to church, and so
Yeah.
it was one of the days I didn't want to go to church, and so I was being sarcastic
Yeah.
about Jesus and like kind of making him relatable. And
Yeah.
I turned it into a black and like is Jesus black or white joke, and I'll let y'all go watch it. It was, but it started
That's a
out as
teaser. That's
sarcasm.
a teaser.
Yes, yeah, exactly. It started out as pure sarcasm, and then
Okay.
it just launched, man. And everybody fucking loves it. It's so relatable and funny, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. It's my
Well,
my
we're gonna
go-to
insert
show.
we're gonna insert the clip right here. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, so speaking of relatable, man,
Mhm.
you got, when you talked a little bit about your brothers, and you said you want to kind of, get your podcast going again. Three
Mhm.
real brothers. Man, I started watching clips of it. I started, you all talking about bald head. You all talk about approaching women.
I
You know,
miss it.
speaking. It's crazy, man. What do
Mhm.
you miss the most about, kind of what topics you talk about in that podcast and getting to hang out with your brothers? What do you miss the most about that, man? Tell us your favorite story about just getting together.
Yo,
Like a
I mean,
barbecue,
you kind of nailed it. I
Yeah.
tell them the whole podcast concept started from what we were doing in the kitchen. Like we used to
Yeah.
just hang out in the kitchen and talk and one of my best friends, and I always give my friend credit for this, Sean Peoples, because he said it. He was like,
Shout
y'all should
out.
make this a
Shout out to
show.
Sean.
Y'all should make this a show. Like, what are
Yeah.
y'all doing? Like, this is because it was so entertaining and engaging. Like, literally, when we get all three sat in the kitchen, people would just come sit around the kitchen and just listen to us talk. And so we're like, oh, okay, well, let's take this further. And so I tell Scooter, and Scooter's super calculated. He's an engineer
Yeah, absolutely.
at heart. You know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
not
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and so he's very structured, and this, and
Yeah.
so I brought the idea. Hey, let's have this podcast. And he's like, why? I'm like,
You
so
even
we can
sounded
talk. People
you
love
sound-
us talking, and what are we going to talk about?
you
Why are
sounded
people
like
going to
Scoot,
care?
man.
You know what I'm saying? Why are people going to care? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I know they are. Okay, just work with
Run
me
with
on
it,
this.
Scooter.
They're gonna love it.
Run with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's not Scooter's little like why I don't understand. This doesn't make sense. This is stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's how it started. But then one episode in, we had the studio heads were there watching the episode, and they're over there dying laughing. And they're just like,
it's
"This is
great, man.
We would pay for this." Like, and then that ever since then, he was the main one. Hey, we got to practice for the next episode. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
So let me ask you this:
We're bringing it back, baby. We're bringing it back.
How upset do you think Scooter is right now that you're on the Saddle Up podcast first, and we didn't ask Scooter first?
He's walked by the door twice. He's like, he gives a little look, you know, the look when you walk by and you just like,
yeah, oh yeah, that's the one.
They kept moving and like, man, just come in here, man, say hi. It'll be fucking weird.
Is it my turn yet? Is it my turn?
Is he holding something?
Stop looking like that. Close your eyes. Get all crazy. But nah, one time he drug his hand down the window and shit because I got the little French letter.
Just has it like a mime.
We love you. We love you, Kenny. We love you, Kenny.
With a tear down his eye. Like, you know.
It was a slow rolling tear too. You can see it just build up. You can see all the hate and anger.
It was the money shot, the close up.
Got makeup and stuff on
it. It dripped off. You heard it.
Hey, I knew this episode was gonna fly by. We got like 5 more minutes, so I mean, and my stomach hurts. Like literally, this is the most I've laughed on the show.
Well, yeah.
And I appreciate you coming on the show. You know, Kris, because G isn't this funny. Like usually when we do the show,
hey man, don't be replacing me this quick, man. I know it's quite the personality, man. But Jesus Christ, dude, I'm already.
Hey, can I tell my favorite Coach G story?
Yes, please.
All right, so I grew up in Louisiana, right? So it's black and white, very black and white, right? And so I came to Texas. There's a lot of more Hispanic population, and Coach G is the coach of our black team. This is wonderful. I'm learning a lot because Coach G's so cool and shit. And so one time I'm like trying to figure out, because I didn't know, authentic Mexican food, and so I didn't know, I didn't know what that was. So I'm like, because we're talking about food, and we talking about like black people, like, nah, we like this kind of food, like Popeyes, all this. I'm like, Coach G, what's authentic Mexican food? Is something like Taco Bell or something? And naturally, hey, bro, without any hesitation, and mind you, I'm in 8th grade, no hesitation. He turns to me. I was like, I guess
I looked around to see if your mom and dad were around.
He said, "Fuck you." I was like, "Damn, Coach, I'm my bad." Then I learned that I was like, all right, maybe that's not authentic as I thought it was. And so I learned. Coach G used to, man, that was good times, man. Because
you're the man. It was.
You were the first like high level coach because obviously we have our brother come in there, but Coach G come in there, these motherfuckers here. He started hitting the goddamn clipboard and shit. I'm like, oh shit, these motherfuckers, shoot the fuck up. I'm like, God, you never heard this guy.
I just wanted to make you better, man. I just wanted to make you better. That was my dream. My dream was to make you all better, and that's the only way I knew how to do it.
Well, it worked. I mean, Kris ended up leaving basketball and went to football. So I think
and Coach P cuts just the same. So I was already prepared. I was ready. And Coach Gardner, he don't get mad. He smiles when he does these motherfuckers here. He's still a good guy though at the party. He can't even get really mad. These fuckers. He
does the hey, he doesn't know who's watching, so he puts the
I'm dying, man.
Right? And he's just cursing at the kids because he doesn't know who's staring at him in the stands,
So I'm so glad that I still pop up in your mind every now and then.
Every time I pass Taco Bell, every time. Fuck you.
Well, I just found out he doesn't like Chipotle either. So,
it's not authentic. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know, but you better not bring it to him.
Dude, you take one step into my grandma's kitchen and you'll feel the same.
That's why he was like, look at me. Look at me with the devil eyes. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, so G, let's. I know you got some questions for Kris. Let's.
Hey, man.
Let's bring it on.
Yeah. So Kris, man, first of all, before I ask you this question, man, and it's just fun questions, but first of all, man, continue doing what you're doing with the movies. pretty awesome, man. I know you got stepdad that you've
Yep.
starred in, and you know, with your brother there, and we've, you know, your comedy stuff. It's coming is just rising. It's coming up. It's just, I mean, it's been going up, you know,
Yep.
and I'm so glad that we're able to catch you when you know, you're not charging us a fee. You're, you know, to be on the podcast, man. And just that whole experience, man. And you know, the other thing we want you to bring back is Street Boss. We need you to bring back Street Boss, man.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I
Hey.
miss Street Balls. Street Balls was fun. That was
Chris, I need you to sing the national anthem for us.
Yeah. Can you
I
sing the national anthem for us, Chris?
I pledge allegiance to the
I was
flag.
about to say, yeah, oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll pledge allegiance. That's the national anthem to me. Shit, I can't say.
You got to check out Kris Gardner's, man. Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
social media.
How can people find you on Instagram and Facebook? Where you got a website? Like, plug your stuff.
Very, very easy on all platforms. All you gotta do is to go to the little search bar, put at KRG Funny, and that's it. It don't matter if you're on
KRG
TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Xbox, everything. KRG Funny. You can follow me. Twitch, all of it.
Yeah.
Xspace, Twitter, MySpace, Hinge,
Oh,
Tumblr,
AOL dial-up, AOL Messenger.
Say, Facebook Marketplace, I'm on all of it, man. Y'all just follow me at KRG Funny.
hey,
I just dropped my special on YouTube called "This Is Not a Special." Dropped in October. It's doing really well, and so
I've seen it. It's amazing, man.
Appreciate it.
Good.
Man.
It
Thank you.
really
Share
is.
the link for
Very
sure.
proud of that.
We'll
proud.
definitely share the link. This is not
So before we let you go, Chris, I know that, you know, this is one of my fun questions, man. You make people laugh, but what makes you laugh the most?
Yeah, that's a great question.
My youngest daughter. She's funnier than me. She's 4 years old, and I got a joke about her. I mean, she is just the funniest person in the world. It's not even a maybe about it. Last night, okay, one story. Last night, real quick. So last night,
Absolutely, man.
we have this little DJ machine. Mind you, she's 4, right? We're not talking like no, and she ain't even 4 yet. She's 3. She'll be 4 in like 2 months. So she's 3 years old.
Yeah.
And we have this little DJ machine, and it has these like music and stuff. And she turns it on, and the whole family's right there, and we're just chilling. And she turns it on, she looks at everybody, and she puts her head to the end like a DJ, and she goes, "Let's get this party started." And I said, "Yes, that's my guy right there."
That's your daughter, man.
She's 3
made
years
that.
old, talking about let's get this party started. And it just has the music going on. She's 3 years old. Got everybody.
You made
dancing.
that.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's me for sure. And
She
so,
has
yeah,
your
KK
DNA all
yeah,
over it,
KK
man.
is my. There's nobody that makes me laugh naturally as much as she does. So yeah, that's
That's
amazing,
fantastic, man.
amazing. Matt, what about that Spotify soundtrack?
Okay, so we got a soundtrack for the podcast, right? So then we ask every guest to contribute one song, whether it was like when you're an athlete and you were listening to it to get hype before a game,
To dunk on somebody, whatever.
yeah, to dunk on somebody,
Tackle
to ask
somebody,
Coach
yeah.
G to get put back in the game to go smash on the guy, right? But or if you're gonna go to Taco Bell, like what song you're playing in the drive-through, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the song that you would like to donate to the soundtrack?
man. See, you threw me when you first.
Why
At
is it-
first I was like, my hype song. It would have been like "Better Believe It" by Webby and Boosie and Jeezy. But
Okay.
my
Oh, shit.
song,
Yeah.
my song that I want y'all to just. It's called
Celine
"Free
Dion.
Mind." "Free Mind" by Tim's. I don't know how to say it. TEMS. Tim's. I don't know.
Free Mind by-
TEMS, Teams, whatever. But
Tim's, but it's called "Free Mind." That is my
That's it.
absolute song. Yeah, I've never had like an emotional connection to a singer until I heard
Yeah.
this song, and then she was the first time I was like, oh, okay, I fell
Wow.
in love with the voice, and so that maybe y'all will
Kinda-
find the same love and passion that I find for it. You know what I mean?
Kind of like when I walked into the gym and I first
See
ran
me
the first
exactly
practice,
right.
and I saw
Yeah, when you see
I got
me and you just got motivated to like just keep going in life.
Yeah.
Well,
added
last
the
thing.
song.
So I
what's
just
up?
brought into ownership of the Big Laugh Comedy Club in downtown Fort Worth, and so if y'all ever want to go
Yes,
to a
sir.
comedy show, in downtown Fort Worth, please come to the Big Laugh Comedy Club.
We will definitely
Big
do that.
Laugh Comedy
We will
in Fort
do
Worth.
that.
I got a bunch of family up there, people that live in Paris, all over East Texas, man. We're gonna push that. Make sure that everybody goes and checks it out.
Hell yeah. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all having me on too.
Yeah.
Man.
I love
Kris
it, man.
Gardner,
We'll
man,
support
funny-
anything you got going on, man.
Dude.
God bless you, man.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Family man, funny dude, talented, all of the above, man. You check all the boxes for us, man. You're welcome anytime on Saddle Up.
Thank y'all so much for having me, man. Y'all keep it going.
All right. Take
Saddle
care.
Up, baby.
Like we weren't supposed to come up with something this clean, like something happened.